Hello, Miss Morphew here. Welcome to your final week, week 10 of our 10-week asynchronous COM 2025 course. Your online course evaluation, where you can give feedback to Roan State about this course, is available for just one more day. I'm recording this on Sunday, and as I understand it, it closes on the 26th. That's Monday. So please consider giving your kind, specific, and helpful clicks and a couple of comment spaces and give your feedback so that we can maintain our good things, know that we're meeting our goals, and see where we need to fix up things. So what's involved this week? Mostly, you're going to be reviewing the things that you might find of interest, special occasion speeches, and career readiness. The career readiness is attached to something we call career placement for additional resources. Roan State has a placement page, and we have an amazing tool called Rater Recruit. You've heard of ZipRecruiter, where it takes up to 5 resumes you can load and use the keywords for different companies with which you want to have an internship, to get a scholarship for an academic thing, or to get a part-time or full-time job. Rater Recruits actually got jobs. So check that stuff out. They also have skill resources and videos about career communication. So if you're in that space, check those resources out. They will physically help you as a Roan State student or an alumni to get a position and to communicate well. We have a final paper due this week. So your reflection this week is really a big reflection about you within this course. Your final written self-evaluation follows a format I call MLA-ish, and we'll talk about that more in a moment. You'll also get the chance to digitally communicate, write a clear, concise email, and send all your bonus points attached with a designation of where you want those points to go. Remember, the speech category is worth 40%, the written assignments are worth 20%, and all those many little participation grades are worth 40%. So all those little things you do is almost half your grade. Thank you for your engagement. Optionally, you can do something called an elevator pitch. There's a resource for that in the career placement page, but you can also YouTube it. If you're interested in exploring further how to make a great first impression, or if you have a message to send, maybe you do want to get a scholarship or an internship. Maybe you do know what job you want to go for. You're welcome to do an optional video and post that by Wednesday so that your peers can give you specific feedback on it and specific critique or praise. There at the end, I've mentioned Roan State course evaluation. That again is your online survey that will be available until Monday. Is that right? Monday the 26th. So what's this final written self-evaluation? It's when you look at your grades and you look at the feedback I've written and you look at the videos that you've made. You reflect on what your peers have said and what I have said, areas where you could have improved or you had challenges. Look at the discussions, the grade feedback. Some of you and I have shared texts and phone calls and emails, and a couple of you and I did a Zoom session. So all that stuff let's reflect back on that. Think about the many resources we've provided in this 10 weeks and look at your reflections, what you wrote down that you were thinking and feeling or connecting to. You can see a couple of exemplars attached in news and see the format that's required. I call it MLA-ish because the one thing that's not formally MLA are the way that you do citations. I just need to know in college that you have been able to use sources that you were thinking about and list them, the ones that you cite, in your works cited. So look at that format. It's really quite simple. There's also a PowerPoint with lots of examples, and an attached sheet with some sentence starters. But the basic format is, if you make a statement, think, okay, now, so what source was I actually believing, I was referring to in my head? Oh, I was talking about this reflection journal, and then you'll put a comma and put the MLA date of that journal. Or I was thinking about my peer feedback in my video discussion post, and I posted on this and the feedback came in on this date, whatever, but you're going to say the source, comma, and an MLA date. The reason that I've chosen to make this MLA-ish is because one of the critical skills in academic writing is that you're able to think of the sources you're using and you're able to match them in your works cited. By the way, if you do refer to something more than once in the body, you only list it once in the works cited. Again, why the weird form? Because some of MLA is not going to be things like a reflection journal you wrote or a grade you got on a paper. Although there are MLA ways to cite certain lectures and so forth, these are not commonly used, but they're certainly data points that you can use in your personal reflections. So MLA-ish, if you have any questions, you know what to do. You can always pop in, you can always email, but there's no, at this time, there's no current pre-approved makeup speeches, makeup work. No one has emailed and said, I've got something going on, I'm having a hard time with this or that. So at this point, there aren't any pre-approved makeups. This is our last week, okay? Warning, deadlines are closer than they appear. Again, weird office hours, but there they are, and I've been there every time. So I hope that you pop in if you have a question, or you email and we figure out a time to chat. I believe communication and teaching and learning, which is obviously my passion, is interactive. So I want to thank you for your engagement this last 10 weeks.